What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've uploaded anything. Mainly just I've been kind of busy, but today I'm gonna bring you guys a quick video. This is a healer I've been using for a while. I mainly use him for dungeons, some PvE, not really too much questing, but mainly for dungeons. With this build you can also do some PvP, maybe in smaller groups. I mean, it's still effective in bigger groups, but I mean, I would say stick to like four to 6 man groups and your heals will be just fine. But anyway, so let's get into it. First of all, for my class, or not for my class, my race, I'm using a high elf. I did that just because of the sustained and all the passives you get. Also, one quick thing, I do have vampirism on this guy. I like it for the passives, but I don't like it because some dungeons do have a lot of fire in them. And it gets kind of tricky, but I mean, you kind of have to outweigh it, you know. So it's up to you if you want to do vampirism or not, but you don't need it. I just did it just because I like it. So that's kind of what I went to. And real quick, these are my stats before we get into the let me switch my back bar into anything. So let me show you guys my skills real quick. I'll quickly go over them and then we'll skim down and I'll explain why I have each and one of them. So we got healing springs. This is my healing bar. Healing springs, obviously. Rapid regeneration, combat prayer, breath of life, repentance, and remembrance. So that's that one. And for my back bar, I have blazing spear, channeled focus, purifying light, harness magica, extended ritual, and solar prison. All right, so first of all, blazing spear. I just use it mainly for the tank. You know, it does a little bit of DPS. You can do some DPS with this character. You can switch a couple things like, you know, puncturing strikes, stuff like that. But I don't like to use them so much. Just when I'm doing dungeons, I just focus on healing for the most part, and some DPS, but not as much. So, anyways, this does a little bit of DPS, some magic damage over time, and it stuns. So it's pretty good when your tank is pulling a lot of ads. You can stun them all at once, you know, help them out, and you return, if he activates a synergy, you return some stamina, and then 25% stamina plus 1700 over 10 seconds. So that's pretty good. You want to use that for your tanks. Maybe if you have stamina based DPS players, help them out too. So okay, so next one on the back bar, we're doing purifying light, and this is mainly I mean, you can I don't think there's not a set amount of people you can cast this on. You can cast it as many as you want, and basically it copies their damage for 6 seconds on you or on your group, and it reflects it back to them for maximum of 19,587. So it's pretty good. I like it. Let's see. And yeah, like I said, mainly I use that like on bosses. I don't really worry too much about mobs, but I mean, you can, or it even works great against other players. So okay, so next we have extended ritual. Basically, I don't use this as much as I should. I mean, I guess you could use it in PvE. I really don't use it as much on PvE or PvP. I'm sorry. I use it mostly in PvE, like in dungeons. Sometimes I'll swap this out for something else. It just, like I said, it depends what I'm doing. But this works great in dungeons, especially in enclosed areas. You want to pop it, and let's see what it gives you. Let's see. So it pretty much just cleanses, and also gives you some health, and that's why I use it. It's awesome. This one too, channel focus. It gives you extra spell resistance and physical resistance. So pretty much what I'll do is if I'm coming into like a big not so much a boss fight, but like ads or anything, so I'll pop my harness magica, ritual, and then this buff, and then oops, and that'll give you, you know, your you can cleanse your group. You're already healing your group, you know, over time, and you're doing extra spell resistance and physical. So that's good for you and your group. And it works also. Let me see. I forgot what the actual thing was. Once you step out of the channel focus, it for 8 seconds. So you're still good. So you can pop it and then, you know, step out of the thing, and the aura is still on you for, or the effect is still on you for 8 seconds after you leave the little area. So that's another good thing for like if you have lower, like your DPS doesn't have as much defense, stuff like that. It's good for them. Let's see what else we're using. Nothing here. Okay, so for light armor, I'm using Harness Magica. Obviously, you know, a negate, it absorbs fucking damage, or spell damage, so it's pretty much an essential skill to have as any light armor, you know, so especially as a healer, helps you out a lot. Let's see what else we have. I think that was it. I don't think I'm using anything else. And let's go back to the ultimate. So ultimate, I use Solar Prison mainly because I don't like farming what is it, Mage's Guild, obviously fucking level 2 for Meteor, but Meteor is obviously what you want, your go-to, what you want to have on your like DPS slash buff bar. But if you don't, you know, if you don't like farming stuff, for sure, Dawn's Wrath Solar Prison, just go with that. It's great for bosses, great for mobs, and you get it pretty quick. I mean, it's a high ultimate, but the way you with this specific build, you'll pick up ultimate pretty quick. You know, so it's okay. So that was that back bar. Let's go to the healing bar real quick. Let me see. I think I've changed up a lot of stuff on this one. Okay, so for my first one, I've got let's see, do I want to start with that? I guess whatever, we'll just start with ultimate. Well, Remembrance, I don't use this very often just because I usually like to keep the group I'm in at least above 60% health. So I'm constantly watching them, especially when I'm doing a dungeon. It's a lot easier when you're doing a dungeon versus when you're doing a big group. But this is pretty much my like last ditch effort. You know, if everybody's dying or I'm out of magic or whatever, this is when I'm gonna pop Remembrance. So it's very quick channel heal, and I think you get root, like, yeah, it doesn't, you cannot move all channeling, you get immunity to all control effects. Okay, so yeah, so it's pretty good. I like it. I just don't, it's not my go-to. I use all my other skills. Breath of Life, obviously, it's very taxing, first of all, so I try not to use it as much. Maybe I'll pop it a couple times if it's like again, like another like last ditch effort, or like my oh shit button would be these two. Try not to use it a whole lot just because it costs a lot of magic, but it is an instant help. And obviously the higher spell damage you have, the more you're gonna heal. So one Breath of Life will pretty much heal, fully heal everybody in your group, depending on how many people you have. Obviously, if you're doing a dungeon, it's a lot easier. Less people you gotta heal. So, okay, next one is Repentance. Pretty much, you get stamina back, some health back. I use it all the time, especially in big mobs. It really doesn't cost a whole lot. You know, it doesn't cost anything. It's awesome to have for your stam guys and your tank. So you're not throwing shards at them all the time. And again, it's free, so that's another reason I use it. Let's see, for my resto staff, I use Healing Springs. Mainly, I'll drop a lot of Healing Springs just because it's a big area. It doesn't stack, so you know, don't think you're just gonna be spamming it all hardcore. It won't stack on top of each other. I think it cancels it out. So let's see, drop one. Yeah, see, the other effect goes away, so it won't stack, but it's a pretty good heal. And I use that. I want to say I use it a lot more than anything else. That, Rapid Regeneration, and Combat Prayer. Pretty much some of the best heals you can get, depending on how your build is set up. With this specific character, I use mostly Rapid Regen, Combat Prayer, and like I said, Healing Springs. So they're all really good. They're low cost, and you know, they're just pretty quick cast. So Combat Prayer, obviously, you know, it's directional, so you're gonna cast it, and everything in front of you heals. This one is Rapid Regen, so it'll just heal the two, I think, is it two closest? Two near. Let's see. I always thought it was like the two weakest or lowest level people. I guess it's just two people in your area, so whatever. It's still a lot of health, you know, over time. Most of these things are. So, but either way, they're still pretty good. And like I said, usually, mainly, these are the 3 I use just because they're not as taxing. So see, this is 2600, 1500, and 2400 versus, let's go back to restoring, like, I think it was like 3000 something breath of life. Yeah, 3200. So it's a lot. It's a big difference, almost double on a couple of them. So you kind of want to watch how much breath of life you toss, because you will tax your magicka pretty quick. And let's see, what do we have left? I think that was it. Actually, I don't have. That was it. We did go over everything. Okay, so anyways, so like I said, that's pretty much it. Try not for skill wise, like I said, use it. You know, I'll always toss the buffs in. Make sure these are always up, and always keep. You don't overheal. Because, I mean, that, you know, sometimes if you don't need to heal anything, try to do some DPS, throw some shards, you know, some, you can do, let me see, usually what I like to do is I'll throw, like, a blazing spear at him, maybe hit him with the purifying light, and then, you know, kind of do, swap between that and, light and heavy attacks with your, resto staff, and you'll be just fine. I mean, it's pretty hard for me to have 0 magicka unless it's, like, you know, I'm with a bad group or something like that. But for most of the time, I get paired with pretty okay people. So that, and another thing, like with the healer class, it's super easy to catch a dungeon if you just hit. Let me see, if you just hit dungeon finder, you know, either both vet and non-vet, find them really quick. So let's go check out my gear real quick. And for my gear, I was thinking about crafting stuff for this guy, but I kind of like what I'm wearing. I'm wearing, it's all 160, I think, except maybe my rings might not be. Oh, no, they are okay. So let's start with the top. So I have a resto staff of willpower. Just obviously for the passive, for the set. I actually have, I don't know why I have 3. I think it's because I have the rings and anyways, whatever. So axe, willpower, shield of willpower. That's kind of what I just like that set. I like an abundance of keys, so that's kind of what I went with. I went with transmutation also, and the healer. So I've never used this set before until with this guy. So let's look at transmutation. So this is what it does. I'm only doing it for the recovery. I think, do I have? Yeah. So I don't know if I'm gonna run a monster helm. Might do boggins, maybe in heavy and in medium. I'm not sure. I might not even do that. I might just do both light if I can find them. I just, I've got to farm them and I really don't feel like it. But, so this is what I'm going with, so I got, hat transmutation, we're doing the healer set. I'm doing 5-piece, chest, waist, hands, legs, and feet. And it's pretty good. I like it. It gives me enough of what I need for you know, max magic and, my recovery and my damage, so it's pretty good. And my jewelry, I'm wearing willpower all the way, and like I said, it's a very easy build to use. I like healing a lot, maybe not as much as tanking, but it is fun. You're definitely always going to be active. You're not ever going to have anything, you know, nothing to do while you're doing a dungeon or you're in a small group or whatever, you know, in PvP. But it is very fun. It's just a change of pace. If you guys want to try it out, you know, hit me up if you guys have any questions. This is still kind of a build, and you know, it's kind of work in progress, but it's for the most part it's done. I don't think I'm gonna switch out these skills. I like these skills. I like my rotation, and I think that's probably where I'm gonna end it. I don't really have a whole lot to do or to say in accordance with this build, but it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And let me know what you guys think. If you guys like it. Pretty much for right now, I think I'm just waiting for this update to come out this month. I've got a lot of pretty big plans, I guess, for when it comes out. I want to do like kind of like a crypt style thing. When I get my manor, I'm gonna get a manor for my guild. I'm just not sure which one I'm gonna get. Most likely, since all my characters AD, I'll probably get an AD, but I'm gonna check out all 3 of the manors, because I'm for sure gonna get a manor. I'm not gonna, you know, get anything less. But depending on which one I like the most, I'm probably gonna get. I might go with the Imperial style too, just I'm not sure, just because I think a lot of people won't have that, but we'll see. Like I said, we'll see how it goes, and I'll see you guys then. I'll probably make another video between now and then. I'm working on a stam DK right now. It's all PvP, and mainly for Blackwater. That's probably what I'm gonna focus it for, is just below level 50 characters. Real quick before I forget, actually before I close it out. So my champion points, this is how I have them distributed. I've got 40 in a magician, arcanist, and this is, you can do whatever. I might just be doing like a 50-50 split between these. I've got some blessed, obviously healing done, elfborn because you want your crit. This don't even worry about elemental expert, because I mean, I don't think, I wouldn't even worry about it. Just instead of doing that, flip it into either blessed or elfborn. And we got some traumatage, damage over time. So this, don't even worry about it. Hardy and elemental defender, especially if you're gonna go vampire, because you're gonna need it. You might want to put more into that than you have hardy. I would do maybe like at least 10 into this, and then the rest into here. But you definitely want to have some there. Obviously some in a quick recovery, because when you're in your deeper stages of vampirism, your recovery is going to be shitty and you're not going to like it. So, and then also that's pretty much it. So like I said, you don't have to run vampirism. I'm just running it because I like it, but it's up to you guys. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I'll catch you guys later. Make sure to shoot me a message if you guys want a guild invite or anything, PS4. And yeah, that's it. Catch you guys later. Peace.